Well, here we go. It's only 96 degrees today, way cooler than last time. Well, except the humidity is about 95%, so I'm going to try to get to the creek. The place I haven't been for a couple years. I'm not sure if I can get there from here. We're going to give it a look-see and see if we can make something happen. Got my skin so soft on, but forgot my bug spray, so there you go. Be right back. It's hot enough down here that you can just about drink it. The humidity is kind of high, and so it's in the mid 90% humidity, so that's what it's all about. Got bored as heck at the house. Hot, not a lot of things I want to do outside, and I decided to go take my kayak fishing. I haven't had my kayak on the water but one time all year. I was going to go bass fish in a local pond. Haven't been to that pond this year either. All kinds of sad things. And I realized that my plugs, wherever they got that weird scooper or whatever they are, I've got bad ones, and I knew that. Actually, I bought spare plugs for that thing years ago. I think my wife's dog ate them. And it's just too raw on plugs. I could have patched it and went anyway, but I need to get some plugs for it. So let's check this field edge out going in. So it says sweating to death in a pond. Let's sweat for a while in the creek if I can get there. It's a little bit of a walk. We're going to give it a shot and see. I think another reason it feels so humid down here is we actually had rain last week. We had 4 inches thereabouts total. I mean, good rain. It's actually wet down here. First time all year. Afraid it's almost too late for these beans. These beans looking pretty bad. Look at the corn coming in, it was worse. Not good. But it makes that moisture down here that much more intolerable. Or maybe I'm just getting old and not good at this anymore. So I don't really know what happened here. That rain last week did give us water in the creeks, but didn't make them come up or anything. But this creek has never, ever, ever, ever looked like it does right here. I don't know what happened. There's never been a creek that looks like this here. Weird. Strange to look at. I'll wade through the chiggers and the critters here, see if I can get down here to the water. Used to be that's where we crossed. Gar everywhere. Some sunfish, maybe a little bass or two. Man, this is just strange. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, the way the creek runs. I mean, it's just what it is. We haven't had any floods, no high water in forever. I don't really know what I'm seeing here. Whatever. Except gar. See gar. Of course, the water feels good. Got some clarity. Like I said, we did not have enough water to do anything except put 4 inches of rain in the creek, but that's probably all it needed. I mean, there's spring water in here, but this, I guarantee this hole wasn't this good a week ago. So I'm going to do some walking around looking. Actually, a fair number of fish. Seen some bass, some sculpins. Of course, the garfish. Kind of cool. Crawdads right there. I'm already knee deep. This is nice. I can see good enough, so you know what? I'm going to stumble around a little bit here and see if we can find something. It's not my favorite kind of place to look. I usually, and of course, there's still a gravel bar. It's all grown up over there. We've talked about how it had enough high water. But the creek has always dead in it right here, cut across there to the left where that willow line is, then shoot down the bank, which is getting ate out. They're actually doing some work down there, put some riprap in on that. It's just interesting. Well, let's stumble around a little bit, see if we can find something. I say stumble because I'm really good at stumbling. Found this real pretty core right off the bat. Turn the camera off and look down and saw it. Just a core, but still pretty, almost mosaic. One time was pretty clear, so That's a good start, maybe. Flake. See a curve. You can tell it's a flake by the curve it was drawn off the rock. It's important to understand debitage. It's not nothing except a flake, but it's what it is. Just about 4 feet from where I find that core. I want to make a point too. I go pick those up. Having a wiggle, pickle, giggle stick like this really helps with that. A hoe or something. Thank you, my buddy Bill Stewart. I think it's been almost 2 years ago he gave me this one. It's just really, you need that. Reach down, pick up. I don't mind bending over, but I don't want to go swimming for them unless I'm swimming for them already. According to YouTube and algorithms and stuff, I'm supposed to be saying if you like my stuff, subscribe, like, notice, tell other people, whatever it is. I never have been much for begging for that. And I don't do enough videos. I said I'm only going to do videos when I want to do videos. I'm not going to do them for the sake of YouTube and getting that check every month. Sometimes I get that little check. It's not very much. Because I don't care. I'm not letting being a cinematographer ruin my life and my arrowhead hunting experience. I can do that all by myself. I'm not going to say that that's a core, although it does look like there's been some flakes took off right there. Too mossy on this side. But isn't that a pretty rock? Big old pretty piece of chert. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's had pieces knocked off. It's got some fractures and stuff of it. That's just gosh awful pretty. I got to show that stuff. Yeah, you got to have some sort of content when you're not finding points. And most of the time I'm not finding points. That's why I have to make up stuff. But pretty rocks is part of it. My wife likes them, but I was a rock hound before I was an arrowhead hunter by a couple years, at least a year. Again, the visibility here sucks, y'all. I've got my kind of dark gray, I guess, polarized glass, and actually the, whatever they are. They're for bright sunlight and clear water, and I've got semi-clear water here, pretty clear, but I completely lost my sun. It went, I was walking in here. By the time I hit the creek, I stepped in the creek, clouds came. Like somebody flipped a switch. So, not to mention, I'm doing it backwards. I have tried to teach y'all. I'm going downstream, need to work upstream, so the silt stays behind you. It don't last very long in this creek, but still, you muddy up what you're trying to look at. So that's one of my excuses. You gotta have a big old bag of excuses when you're not finding any points. So, because you spend a lot of time not finding points. At least I do. The sunfish right there has not moved. He don't want me here, and he's telling me so. That sucker, I tripped, and he did not move. Interesting mix of rocks here. Some stuff I like to hunt around the chunkier stuff, and there is some of that. There's a guard just come up to me. They're not scared of hardly anything. Comes another one. They're curious as much as anything. Didn't used to be gar in this creek. Something about the time the otters come in and start wiping stuff out. Oh man, there's a big one there. I don't know if I can zoom on that. There's about a 4-footer right there. That's big for this creek. That's massive for this creek. I can't see the screen good enough to tell if y'all are seeing that. Look at that big thing. He won't weigh but 6 pounds, maybe 5 pounds, but still he's a big one. He may weigh 7 or 8, I don't know. Cool. Yeah, I did a video last summer about how to see arrowheads, not just look for them. I think it's pretty important. But you have to have some visibility for that. And again, I'm making excuses, but one thing about it, have to jump up and bite me right now. It's going to have to be pretty bright colored, stand out, because everything's muted. So I'm looking for shapes. I pulled up 3 rocks so far that were kind of round. It'd be really cool to find an axe or something, which I've never found one in the creek before, but they got to be here. People found them around here before. You've got to be able to see them. Looking's not good enough. You've got to be able to see and differentiate between colors and shapes and sizes and all that. The water got warm over here next to the bank. So, yeah, this is not good. I don't know how much the camera is actually showing how the water's clear. It's not crystal clear, but it's clear. And I've never seen water here before. I must have missed something. We must have had a high water. I mean, that water bears 3 foot deep underneath that root rod. Well, y'all, this ain't a working. I just cannot see good enough. Not to mention there's a pretty good load of scum on the bottom right here. Just don't know. I've kind of halfway apologized before. I do not just shoot the finds. I don't just go to the best spots on the planet. I hunt everything. And I have found a load of stuff down through this stretch of creek. Well, this whole creek for years. I haven't been right here in this part of the creek since trapping season 2 years ago. It's a whole new creek now. But there's scum and moss, grass growing everywhere. And with the cloud cover, I'm just having a hard time. One's going to have to flat just be laying right here on top with no crap on it, no moss, for me to find it. And that's just, oh, there come a little bit of sun out. And I'm just going to, I've only went 45 yards, 40 yards tops. So I'm going to go back. Of course, no way I'm going to walk the same place, I hope. It don't matter, I'm going from a different direction. You find them that way too. Hunting behind yourself is a great way to find artifacts. I'm just going to stumble my way back up through here. I know it's boring, but I just do it the way it is. You don't find stuff, well, you sure don't find stuff every day. And then when I get those stretches where I have over the years, I'm going to feel guilty if it ever happens on camera because it's going to look fake as heck. It's just a late July day in the creek, and it's a nice day to be wading. It is almost hard to breathe out here. I think I'm going to ride my bike this evening, my bicycle. That'll put some calories in the tank. I don't know what that is. That's something. If that's something, it's huge. Okay, quit being lazy, Dale. I don't know if that's anything awful big. It's got shape. No. Has shape though, so you gotta go for it. That would have been massive. So again, stumbling around, talking to myself in the creek. Is that a healthy thing? Y'all let me know what you think. Some of y'all have watched these videos since the first time I started them. Just almost exactly 2 years ago. Well, I started videos before that, but yeah, there's that real pretty rock. So well, crap. Oh, I'll go this way. That's where I went though. Okay, I'll go this way then zig back up. Yeah, hunting behind myself, which again, not bad. Don't contradict yourself, Verts. Yeah, some folks have watched this channel for been 2 years just now. I started at the end, I guess at the end of June. Never mind. Anyway, starting to get dehydrated. I appreciate it, but you gotta be pretty bored or pretty dedicated to watch a little fat guy spend all the time that I spend not finding nothing. I've had some really good finds since I started this channel too. I've had some really cool stuff, but mostly I seem to be struggling. A lot of it's because there's a lot of other people hunting this stuff that didn't used to. 20 years ago, I was about by myself on a lot of these creeks. Again, rambling. You try to put your thoughts together and you try to keep on looking and concentrating on what you're seeing. If you just stumble around without really seeing and looking, don't do you no good. So I did a video on that. I guess I ought to find a link and put in the description. I got a bunch of these stupid videos. And some of them I really find some cool stuff, so. Well, that, my friends, is that. Probably 35 or 40 minutes looking, not very long at all. Of course, looking at the dirt, going out again, because you just never know. It's what I do. I will have a bona fide Gome River trip before I'm done with this channel, Lord willing. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll be back sometime, hopefully with something better. Always try for something better. God bless.